Dreams.
Well Productions.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's your boy Dream Williams, and I'm back at it again with another episode of the Beat Logs of Discipline. Now, I know you guys are gonna say it, and I say it every single video that I do because I'm sporadic and not consistent with my video output, but I've been away. If you guys haven't checked out, I did a vlog previously, a bunch of different vlogs. One with another YouTuber named by Shayology, and just one on my own, just random places I was going in New York City. I had gotten an opportunity to be a music director and produce a bunch of different songs for a soundtrack for a movie, which was an awesome opportunity. It opened so many other doors, and I got to meet other artists like Mims and a lot of underground artists, and Corey Guns. I met a bunch of different people who are in the hip hop industry. But besides that, like I said, I got an opportunity to write the music for the movie. And for those who don't know, I'm also classically trained, so it's not kind of weird that I was going in that direction as far as music is concerned. Because like I said, I had the influence of classical, and I combined it with the hip hop. Since you guys see me do a lot of hip hop and pop and deep house, popular music, it was a awesome opportunity for me to blend that. So I will post more details on when the movie's gonna come out and things like that. Like I said, I don't really know too much about. I know that I was contracted and commissioned to do my work, and the rest is on them and the production company. So, but great opportunity, and thank you guys for being understanding and still tuning into these videos and still even wanting to watch and listen to anything I have to say. So we'll get right to it. So today, I decided to go and do something. Since I've been in New York City, everybody's doing kind of like this. It's like a slow bop, I want to call it. It's very it's trap oriented, but it still has R&B and soul things to it, elements to it, and it's also very dark. So it's not like your regular R&B music where you have your chords that set up the mode of it. You have different sounds that set up the ambiance of it. This is all kind of dark and kind of like almost like in a circle. Like it's like a continuous eerie type of feeling that I've been noticing in the music that is popular in New York City, where it's like almost like you have something looming over you constantly. So that's the music that I decided to write today. Was influenced by what I heard in New York City and meeting some of the artists and working with them and seeing what they were into. And this is kind of what they were talking about when we had the discussion. So here it is. All right. So first things first. When I started this beat, I was trying to look for different sounds and trying to find out what sound would give me that kind of ambient, rounded type of sound. And I came up with this particular. I found this sound using Absinthe, and I found this. I created this line kind of that loom. So. Just kind of repeats. Like there's never really an ending. You don't really know where it starts. You don't know really where it ends. But it kind of pushes you back and forth, because there's no sure core root note. And it kind of moves around. See. Now what I added to that particular sound is I added reverb to the sound, I added some distortion to the sound, and what I did was I bounced it out and then recapitulated it back into the system, back into the program, and in the program I processed it again, so now it has that noise, that grainy, gritty noise sound to it, like it came out of a tape player, which I thought was really unique, and it set the sound apart. After I did that, I tried to figure out what I wanted to do next as far as sounds are concerned, and I figured out I didn't have limited options because there was no root, there was no root note, so it gave me an opportunity to kind of float around in different sounds. And like I said, I floated around on the black keys, which allowed me to do different things. Well, this is the sound that I use. And we're gonna put those two sounds together, and you're gonna listen to it real quick, and then tell me tell me how you feel. Tell me what it kind of makes you think of when you hear these two sounds synonymously. Now it sounds like, I don't know if you guys know what a hemiola is. It's basically when you have two rhythm patterns that are happening simultaneously, but they're running off two different time signatures. So you could have like 1, 2, 3, 4, and have 1, 2, 3 happening at the same exact time. And at one point they're gonna start and they're gonna end together, but it's never within the same exact measure. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And that's happening even within this particular sound, these rhythms. So it's not incredible. It's not an incredible hemiola, but it's a very it's very polyrhythmic. So mind you, and that's all happening because of the notes that I was choosing to the notes that I chose to group, the notes I chose grouped together. That's why it sounds like it's kind of floating and ominous and looming. So with that being said, I went from that point on because I didn't want to overshadow or overpopulate the track with sounds, and that can potentially get in the way of an artist wanting to be on the track itself. So from that point on, I added the drums, just standard drums, nothing too crazy, but I wanted to still have that hip hop New York feel to it, so I added this. And that's it, just keep it simple. And along with that, added the snare. So now this is basically the first verse of the track, and this is what you'll hear maybe an intro or somebody talking leading into this one point, or maybe a rapper will come in and say what he needs to say. But I left it open to, like, because now a lot of rappers are doing the whole sing-song thing, and they have their own harmonies that they want to implement inside the song. So what I did was gave the artist enough room to be able to do what they needed to do so the song could have a full body. Alright, so this is what it sounds like together. And what I did was I added just a basic snare, a snare clap combination that I had tracked years ago, and this is what I use for it. So now, a trap song or a soul trap song or a trap soul song wouldn't be trap solely, trap solely, if you didn't have an 808 bass. So I incorporated that in the second 8-bar phrase of the verse. So it just comes in like this. Comes in right on the note. So now it has this tail end along with the reverb of the first sound I told you about, and the distortion with the bass. It kind of adds more ambiance to it, more depth. Like you feel it almost like, I don't know. There's like, I forget what TV show it is, but there's a moment in where like it seems like a heartbeat, and everything stops. That's what that sound kind of does to you. It kind of hits you in your bowels. No, not your butt. Like not your bowels. Let me rephrase that. Hits you in the bottom of your being, your soul. All right. So and from there, I decided that I was going to take a very trap snare and double it with the already snap clap, and kind of add more variations to it because it kind of gives it a little more flavor, a little more bounce to it. So if the artist decides to switch their flow up, they could do it here. It's just like so. And then what is a trap song without hi-hats? Now hi-hats is something that I've kind of always been funny with because I kind of don't like writing trap music because I feel like trap music has its place. Definitely has its place. I don't like writing extremely dark music or music that doesn't have a meaning that's not based solely for entertainment. Like, like I think I heard a rapper the other day speak on it, and I think it's Famous Dex. He spoke on the fact that trap music and hip hop are two different things. Or the music that of his generation, which is considered hip hop, and the music of an elder generation of hip hop are two different realms. One is for entertainment purposes, and the other one is actually for lyricism and storytelling. So for some of the hip hop that's happening today, those are more based for entertainment, where they talk about Xanax and popping pills and stuff like that. Though it's not good it's what people like to listen to when they are doing those things. It's what, you know, gets them in the mood, or whatever the case may be. It's what gets them to feel good. You know what I mean? It gives them an opportunity to escape, and it kind of has the same connotation and influence that punk music had to rock and roll, in a sense. Or punk music had to like the standard rock and roll, where it kind of broke off the beaten path. There was no core structure to it. No one knew how to play the instruments, but they knew how to yell, and they had a purpose or want to say something, and that's what it was. And if surrounded by punk music was the sex, the drugs, all these negative things. Same exact thing is happening with trap music today, where it's surrounded by some really dark things. But that's the life that the youth are seeing at at that present time. They will evolve and things like that and transform into other things, but only time could tell. And music is an ever growing thing. So, you know, one song that you hear from an artist may not be the song that happens 2 or 3 years later. They may change with the whole style completely. So back to this, but the hi-hat, like I said, is something that I really don't care about, as far as having depth. So this is what I did. I just basically did like a hi-hat pattern where it just and I have a bunch of like quantized cuts where it kind of goes up in pitch and things like that. So listen to it real quick. Just like that. So now I'm going to play all that together with the bass, with the 808, the snare, both the other snare clap, the snare, trap snare, the hi-hat, and the two sounds I introduced you in the beginning of this video, or the beginning of the video part of the video, music part of the video. And then what I did was I then put the other sound, like I said, the snare clap inside of it. Now along with that, I decided to add another sound. Now I downloaded a sample pack when I was like 16. It was like a free sample pack, had Kanye West on it, and this is one of the sounds that was on the sample pack. It came with like 50 sounds. Like I said, I was 16, and that's all it is. Just burp, burp, burp. Whatever the case may be is, I use that sound inside of it to kind of give it more direction and more bounce. Like I said, it's kind of a dark song, a dark kind of feeling song, booming song, but it still has that bop to that bounce. So now I move on into the actual hook of the song. Like I said, this song sounds like a big circle. Nothing fits all together. It sounds confused. It sounds like it's in a dilemma, like it's in a rift of some sort. And that's specifically the sound that I was looking for. Something that sounds like it was going around in a circle, and it's evoking a particular emotion that I want the listener to feel, or to imagine, or to create imagery for. So this is what I did, and this part right here gives you that bounce, gives you the sounds, gives you everything you need as far as everything is concerned, as far as music is concerned. And I added one more element to it, which is basically another sound that kind of dances around, gives you a melody now for, or maybe not a melody, but like an ostinato melody. It's still important. It's still important to the track. It moves from one portion of the song to the next portion of the song, similar to what the hi-hat did. So listen to this. Now all that is this is thing called like a koto guitar. It's a Japanese guitar sound that I have in one of the default preset Fruity Loops packs that came in, and I just added, like I said, distortion to it, reverb to it, added a phaser to it, allowed it to have some buoyancy. And then what I did was, for every sound that I did this this thing called Panomatrix slide. So what it does is it allows me to move from one note to the next note, and it'll just glissando up and glissando back down. Glissando meaning going up in pitch, going down in pitch, but going up instead of hitting various notes at the same time. So it's sliding up and sliding back down. So now all that sounds like this together. I really like this. This is it's a track, and what I could do for this right now is take this whole thing and then send it to an artist and be like, hey, this is what I have. Let me know what you can do with it. Let me know what I need to rearrange, what I can do to flip this, what the case and be is. But right now, I like the way this sounds from beginning to end. And on that note, that's where I'm going to end this video. Now, if you guys have any questions, you feel free to hit up my Facebook, which is listed somewhere around here, right there. You can hit me up on YouTube, you can hit me up on Instagram, whatever the case may be is, and just ask the question. I had one guy ask me about one of the videos I did about lyrics, and he needed to know how to fit his raps into the songs that he was writing or the songs that he was buying offline. And I gave him some advice, the best advice that I could possibly give him. At the end of the day, information is free if you know where to find it. So on that note, like I said, it's been real, it's been good, it's been cool. I love you guys, and thank you guys for tuning in once again. There goes. Peace.